Hello, guys. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am Skip LaCour, and I am here to answer your questions. All right. So when you come on, say hello. Take whatever time you need tonight and answer any fitness questions that you have or any questions you want to ask me. Let me know. Again, just say hello. Um, if you have a question, you're watching the replay version, go ahead and post that down below too. Maybe that question is something I'll take and I'll do on another video. All right, guys. So again, when you come on, say hello. Tell me where you are watching from. All right. Yeah. So Terry, what's up? Great having you here, Terry, over on Facebook. So I just want to use this show. A lot of times I have a topic where I will come on there with a topic, but I want to also have some time that you feel totally comfortable not coming in while I'm talking about something else and answering your question. Hello, Antonio from Portugal. Great to have you here. Kirk. Hello. Terry. You guys have any questions tonight? Anything that you are seeing on my videos or my post? Anything maybe you've gone over to skiplacore.com and you want some clarification on something that I posted, let me know that. All right, let's see if I can read these. One thing that I want to do too is I want to address some comments maybe in the comment section on some of my videos because a lot of times not totally understanding my meaning, and so I want to be more clear on where can I watch your training videos. You can go to skiplacore.com. There's a lot of training videos there. Also, if you want to take the time, I mean, there must be like 1,000 videos on this Facebook page, but I know you got to do a lot of scrolling on your phone and things like that. But YouTube is probably the easiest format on your phone. You can scroll down YouTube. So, and that's at Skip LaCour. Do you know anything about fasting? Is there anything in particular that you want to know about fasting? Know a lot about fasting. What is it? Are you interested in doing that? Have you tried that before? You're trying to take that to the next level. You want to know who that's maybe best for, what makes that great? You're welcome, Antonio. Skiplacore.com. Let me go post those down there in the comment section so you can just click the link. Bookmark my page. I don't know. Do people really go to a lot of websites anymore? Right? Or is it just all on social media? And then my YouTube channel. So bookmark those. Hello, Daniel, 68 years old from Toronto. Great to have you here, sir. Let's see here. Bulging stomach at 58. Yeah, what are you doing for that? That's going to be your diet. Mostly, I don't know what you're doing. If you think it's an exercise program, an ab program, what's your plan? But that's going to be in your eating habits and also your eating habits over time too. So you didn't get here overnight. You got to know what to do and have the right expectations of what's going to take to feel comfortable and be okay with the process of gradually losing that if you want to do it in a sustainable manner. But that's diet. What's your thoughts on creatine? Creatine, it's like, there's a lot of benefits sometimes in supplements. There's a primary benefit, and then it starts branching off into these extra things. And a lot of times when you're seeing the benefits, it's the extra things that studies may show that it would do all this. But creatine, that helps volumize your muscles, right? So, the muscles can carry intramuscle, like a certain amount of fluid that makes you feel the muscles fuller, that feeling of being stronger in the gym. It's definitely a supplement. It's safe. Um, if there's a supplement that you can kind of feel or see something like right away, depending on what your expectations are, it'd be creatine, inexpensive, but that's definitely one that has stood the test of time, and it's a good supplement, no doubt about it. So Terry says, I'm fasting and I did the 16-8 fast and then I moved to the 24-hour fast, but I'm not losing it like I used to. Yeah. Um, I break my fast in the evening about 7 o'clock. Should I eat during the day or not eat at night? Well, see, there's nothing magical about fasting that's gonna help you lose weight. It'll help you lose weight, but it isn't that fasting does it. You hear the studies, but it's really those calories ingested versus calories burned. Fasting is really good, because for depending on your schedule, right? But as far as taking it to the next level of fat loss, it's for what we're trying to do. Again, not we're not fitness experts or fitness influencers trying to make a name out of intermittent fasting. It's those calories ingested versus calories burned. It could be a more convenient, something that fits your lifestyle and your mindset better. But it's really those calories ingested versus calories burned and creating that deficit. Whether you have big gaps in time or you eat your meals like a more traditional way, right? But it gets the job done. When I read your statement, this is the challenge, and when you're trying to do this, yourself, is that so you said I was losing. It sounds like you're pretty happy, like whatever the first month, and then by your expectations. But what's that based on? Then you're not losing anymore or as much, right? What's that based on? Just your desire that you think it should continue on that same pace because it does not work that way. Now, you wanting it's good to be ambitious. It's good to be willing to do the work. But if you think, wow, this isn't working anymore, and you don't really know how it works, you just want it to work that way, and you may not have thought about that. That can be a lot of challenge. You might have this fasting that's working well for you, doing everything. That's how the body does. It doesn't just go at the pace you want necessarily, or the pace it started at. That's just not how it works. So it's there's nothing to tinker or change with your eating strategy if it's work. It may be just take more time and your expectations of how you get from where you are to where you eventually where you want to be, right? That time frame, you got to have a realistic idea of how that happens, and how would you really know? How would you know? Uh, but that's what I see more than anything. Eating clean is the only way, says Brian. Terry says, let's see, I missed a couple things here. Uh, the clothes are fitting better, but the scale isn't showing me losing weight. I'll tell you, I have on my website. Let me just get this guy for you guys. Now, I'll tell you, you're going to do all this work and you have these expectations, but if you don't know what to expect, it just cause so much frustration. Even when you're doing things right, even when you're doing well, you just don't know. I made a video. Let's see how long this video is. It's the 5 best ways to measure progress. Let's see. So I made this video because this is very common. I took 25 minutes, right? And you think, I know it's tough to sit through probably with our attention spans. But if you're going on this journey, right, and you want it badly, but you don't know what to expect, I took how to measure progress. Um, what happens, what doesn't happen, when you're trying to measure progress, right? It's real, I really think you should take the time, no matter how boring it is, no matter how much you think you know this, uh, and just go through that video and you'll see your questions about weight loss. It's just that you don't know how it works. You know how you want it to work, how it maybe worked at the beginning. But just take the time. If you're going on this journey, you're serious about, you're frustrated about your progress. I'm sure when you're trying to measure progress, um, You're not understanding how it really takes, just what you want or how you think it should work out. Take the time to watch that video, Terry, because weight is one of those things you should use that tool of your weight as a way of tracking and measuring, but you got to know how to read the scale, what it does and what it doesn't do. You're welcome, Terry. Yeah, take a look at that. So Danny says, I've always been skinny, working out regularly for a year now, but just never bulk up. I say this a lot is that we know if we know how to train in the gym and we overload the muscle and we're consistent, all right, and then we eat in a manner to support that weight training. How much muscle we build at what pace, we might not have as much control of that as we think. And there's only so much you can do. And, that's the best you're making your body. So sometimes it just doesn't meet our expectations, but you are progressing. So Peter asks, is eating dirty bad, like getting your calories from junk food instead of good food like whole foods such as fish, chicken, beef, or does it matter where you get your calories from? That's a great question. It's not so black and white, right? So I'll explain it, and then people will perceive what I'm saying in different ways, right? When it comes to building muscle and losing body fat, when it comes to nutrition, as far as building muscle, looking in the mirror, all right, losing that body fat, building muscle. It's all about the calories that you eat and then the macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fat. All right. Could you eat, as long as those calories and those macronutrients are in a certain range, right? Could you eat 100% clean food and get results? Yeah, yes. Whatever that means, right? Chicken, whole foods, like you talked about. Question is, what if I had 75% clean food and I ate maybe not so clean food, but at the end of the day, my calories were consistent, the protein, carbs, and fat, the macronutrients were where they should be, and I was consistent with that. But 75% was clean food, 25% was clean food. Would I get results from that? And the answer is yes. Well, what if I did 50-50, 50 clean food versus 50% more junk food? Well, as long as those calories and those macronutrients, and you know what you're doing there, because that's the key. Would you get results? Yes, especially for what we're trying to do. But but it doesn't really work that way with human beings. All right. We feel better, all right, when we shoot for a standard and the standards are high and we reach them. May not have that effect on our body, but it has that effect on our mind. All right. Sometimes, you win in life, but you didn't do the way you set out to do it. Like, well, I ate my calories, but man, I'm eating junk food. I didn't want to eat junk food. You feel defeated, although it may not have that impact on your body. So the more you understand of what matters and doesn't matter, it gives you more flexibility. Like, a lot of men don't totally understand that about nutrition. So uh, doesn't matter. It matters on their mind. Before you know it, there's eating more and more bad food. They didn't realize, they could get away with it when they know about nutrition. Um, the thing that gets conflated is what's good for your health, like just say heart health or cholesterol, those type of things. Is it more healthy for a longer life, right? If you eat clean food, right? Well, you know, obviously the better food you can eat, but how much of an impact is that making on your longevity, your actual health and cholesterol? Because there's a lot of genetic factors in there too. But you might feel better about your journey when you do it quote unquote right, depending on what that means to you. But there is a distinction, a difference between eating to build muscle, lose body fat, right? Look good in the mirror, be healthy and fit, the food that you eat versus what's healthy, what's going to help you live a longer life or prevent you from disease. And I'm not so sure uh, that is so black and white. I mean, obviously, you eat clean food, you should live a healthy life, but is that true? How much of an impact does that make? Is that genetics? So those are some things to consider. I mean, I can make it black and white, like, and say, no, it doesn't matter as long as you get calories in, right? Or I could say, yeah, yes, it does matter. Eat clean all the time. None of those are necessarily true. But what are you going to do? What fits best to keep you going so you're consistent? So Terry says, usually if you do um, a pound a week, that doesn't work. A pound a week. That you know, yeah. Um, read that. I mean, watch that video about how to measure progress, and I'll talk about. That sounds good to do a pound a week and this and that. It doesn't work that way. It push thinking that way and watching what you eat and being active and being consistent will point you in the right direction. But that's not really based on anything a pound a week. And if you were to weigh yourself every morning and every night, like I have my coaching clients do, you wouldn't even this whole pound a week thing. You would know it doesn't work out that way. Your weight will vary every single morning. Pound up, a couple pounds down, whether it's good day, bad day, whether you stuck to your diet. It's just all over the place in the morning. And I think we know that it's all over the place at night. So how are you going to really measure a pound a week? Right. I don't know. I understand that's thrown out there a lot. So Roscoe says I'm 290, down 20 pounds. What's a realistic goal of weight by Christmas for me? Because when you understand nutrition and you're consistent, that number, I myself, you're just pulling a number out. It's not that number on the scale. It's what you want to look like in the mirror. That's what you should see because that number is just a guess. Man, I've taken so many men through journeys and they got hooked on a number. Just say, I don't know, they're 5'10" and they wanted to be 170. And, I got them training and eating consistently, and they're looking good. They're feeling good. They're getting combos. They're getting lean, right? They're given the illusion of size because they're lean, right? Sleeping better, everything because they're doing everything right. But early on in the journey, they wanted to be 170 pounds, and they're like, I don't know, 175, but they're amazing. They know they look amazing. Their friends, family, everybody's as they're buying different clothes. But they set that goal of 170. They thought that was real. It's just a guess, and they don't reach that unrealistic guess that's just based on really nothing besides a number. It's not based. It isn't like they've been there before, full, hard, lean. It's just a number that they wanted. They get fixated on that number. They don't come close, and it ruins their experience. Right. So I would go by the way you look and you feel, because that number isn't going to match up. All right, let's see here. Good questions, though. It's all about, that's why with my one-on-one coaching, you don't have to always wonder if you're doing the right thing, change, wonder. You can just get to work with certainty because what I do with I tell you exactly what you need to do. Your specific, not, these generic answers because I could throw numbers out. But will that apply specifically to you? Not like everybody's just a snowflake, but you're not hearing what I'm saying unless I talk specifically to you. You ask me a question, I ask you the answer. You'll say, well, that doesn't apply to me if it doesn't sound right. Well, it may apply to you, right? So I tell you exactly what to do. Right. You'll know why I'm telling you that. The reason, and you can contrast with what you heard, just get you so certain so you can just do the work and be consistent. And then realistic expectations are important. So when you're going in the right direction, it. I might have to reassure you during the whole journey. This is the way it's supposed to feel. This is the way it's supposed to look. That weight that you wanted or how fast, that was an illusion on your part, based on ambition, but it doesn't work that way. So you keep on going. And then there's a certain point where you just get it. I don't know if that's 9 weeks, 12 weeks long line, and then you have it for the rest of your life. But it's a process I keep you accountable for week by week by week. And I'm going to post my way to contact me if you want to talk about one-on-one coaching. Let's see here. All right. A lot of the things that are throwing you off or, you guys are throwing off and I'm saying, well, that's not exactly right. I totally know where you get that from and why you get that way. But, if you want to know how this really works, it doesn't work that way. And those things can throw you off. Again, check out that video how to measure progress. I think that's going to save you, well, some angst, some anxiety as you do this journey. Because I know you want it badly. And I mean, if you want to just end this, right, go on a coaching program with me. I'll figure out something that's good for you. So you just have this for the rest of life. You'll talk through it. you'll step up, you'll be accountable. You got to push yourself with not just taking the information, but actually do it and be consistent with it, even when it feels like it isn't working. That I push you through, and again, then that's why you'll have it for the rest of your life. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for this workouts for older men live. Doing this a couple times a day, quality in the morning, and then I meet with you at night. Right. So yeah, click the link. I have a coaching program for you. We can talk about that. So let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day.